that connects. If you guys can let me know, that would be great. Um, all right, so let's take a look at that. We left off of AXGT. So this one's not looking good. So I'm going to again discard this one completely. Gonna remove some of the stuff we have here and get some columns on the way here. Let's delete all this. Here we go. Get some rows in here.
Yep, YouTube's on.
They're on. Okay, perfect.
All yep. Right, so sorry, YouTube. There have been
sorry,
some. There have been a couple of technical glitches we're trying to work through here. You didn't miss anything. Just a quick recap yesterday and talking about the market where it sits, which is flat.
Yep.
As I mentioned, earnings start next week, so trading should start to improve at that point.
Yep. And the only thing we discussed here was AXGT. Again, pretty crappy stock, guys. So again, we're not going to look at this one. It has 2.5, down 11.7, but doesn't look great even for a low flow stock. It's not low flow, it's 23, but oh, there it goes, it disappeared. But it's not pretty good anyways. IOVA, another one on here that's pre-market's really all over the place. Had some action last night, down 22% today. So that's a big drop for them. 110,000 traded right now. I do not like the daily on this. Is very you can see the volume is very light. Doesn't look pretty good here at all. We got a couple of days with 15 million shares here. Probably some block trades because this is not even moving anywhere. So I'm not liking this one, guys. Again, we talked about it earlier how today's going to be a day where there's a lot of low flow stocks in our list and a lot of stuff that doesn't look all that great. So we'll be definitely picky this morning.
They had negative news on a melanoma drug and they got a downgrade this morning as well. So that's
you know
on that IOVA.
Yeah, with the way our gapping up list looks, this actually might look pretty good today. I'm gonna put it as possible because it is a big gap down, and with that type of news, it's worth seeing what happens, right? At least for a moment. But again, overall, not a typical stock that we like to have on our list here. WWR this morning. Let's go over. There's a lot of low flows here. We have three actually. 1, 2, and 3. So let's cover those first. So WWR. This one actually, if you're looking at it from a low flow perspective, this has a great pre-market action. Amazing volume, 8.9. I'm not sure if there's a catalyst behind it, but it had a couple of big days. The last 2 days here. This would have been Friday, Monday, and today.
I was just going to say on this kind of goes back to my rule on these that usually there was an executive order signed or something that has to do with what they do as a business, and that's popped them. But these get more difficult to trade the more days you get into the play.
Yeah, the more extended it gets from that regular trading zone, the most difficult it is and the more volatile they become and dangerous. So be careful, guys. If this is your type of style of trading, be very cautious. Gonna put it on here, guys. It got great volume, good pre-market action, but again, you gotta make sure you have an edge to trade that type of stock. The next one is PLL. Now just look at the daily. Let's not spend no time on this at all. This is horrible daily, horrible pre-market action. We want no part of this, so we'll skip on that one. And the other one is SPI. Kind of like what Norm was just mentioning, right? You had this craziness happening here. This stock has just been chopping around. You're getting volume on it. It's gapping up 3 or 4 or 5% on any given day here. But again, not really tradable. And let's just take a look at how it has been trading. If you look at this is the market open, right? And just look how this is trading here. It's very crappy, very choppy. Again, you don't want to be involved with this. No more low. That's all the low flow stocks we have on here so far. Let's go back up to AYX. So this one, big gap last night, right? Big pop here, gap, 25%. Not a great pre-market action. Thus has volume, but very choppy price action at the most part. It looks like we had levels on this one before. Very light on volume, which concerns me, right? On a regular basis, this stock doesn't trade very well. The dailies all over the place. We had a huge gap down. This is why we had some levels. We had a huge gap down on this one. I remember putting levels on this. Now we're gapping up, Norm. What's your thoughts on this and what's going on here?
They gave a business update for their sales outlook in the third quarter last night, which popped them.
Okay. I mean, I love the pop. I love the fact that we're above this, the top of this gap down here in this area of resistance, but it's just not the typical stock we trade. So I'm concerned with putting something on there that does not.
Spread's nasty too, man. I mean, if you get rid of the zeros on the level 2, you're going from 142.01 to 142.77. That'll probably tighten up when the market opens. But that's what's causing some of these big candles. I mean, if you go back a couple of minutes, you've got a 1 minute candle that's spanning essentially
Mhm.
close to $1. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's not. It
It's
looks
you.
like a
It
tough
looks too
one.
difficult to trade. Yeah, not worth putting on our list, guys. VIR. This one is up also a 12%. Again, pre-market actions got some volume here, but not looking all that great just yet. Also, the daily. Again, these stocks where you don't get a lot of volume, although they're not a low flow stock, they just don't move very well. And that's our concern with this one here as well. So I'm not going to add it to my list. Let's go down, see if I have anything else that looks better. BNTX, oh, this one has a nice pop, up 9.7, 316,000. Had a good day yesterday. Let's see how that traded. Couple of green days here on the daily. So again, not bad, but again, my concern here is the volume, right? The reason why you're getting these type of weird candles here is because you don't have no liquidity. There's no volume in this stock, which is so important for us when we get into a stock to get it to have that movement of on nice price action. So that's concerning. I know they got a lot more volume today, 316. The last couple of days, they've seen some better volume than they usually see, but still, it's not a stock we like to trade. LTHM, this is a battery stock we spoke about, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken. They had a big gap up yesterday after a big day Friday. Possible continuation today. Still a very crappy stock. Again, I don't see anything great in this pre-market. I don't see anything great even yesterday on this trade here. So I'm gonna stay away from that one. SPAQ, we know it's a shell company. This trade's horrible. SPI, we talked about Plug. Plug traded amazing yesterday. Possible continuation today. This stock continues to be very strong over the last couple of days. Right now, 450 as far as volume, up 2.9. Does not have the pre-market action we had yesterday, though. Yesterday's pre-market action was pretty nice. It was pretty clean, hitting up against some levels here. That's what we liked about it. It was hitting up against that 1476, if you guys remember that. And it broke out of that nicely into the market open. So possible continuation today, definitely worth adding. I think Plug, the stock that we usually take off, might be the best looking stock so far this morning. CNK, nothing there, guys. Horrible pre-market action, up 2.4, but nothing to see there. NKLA, not looking great today neither. Looks a bit choppy. Billy's good when it is in play. Had a big day yesterday. Again, so nice big day yesterday for Billy. Could have some possible continuations. I'm going to put it as a possible here. Billy can trade very well if it has any type of news or anything behind it. It can move nicely. XPEV. Now, this is the recent IPO that has opened up, has getting a lot of attention here. You can see got a nice level of support over at 18. But for the most part, not seeing a whole lot in this pre-market, really, guys. Wow, this is a very interesting list this morning. No, we're gonna need your help, buddy. What do you have on your end that you like today?
Fishing.
Absolutely, that could be better than this for
Um,
sure. Um, let's
I'm
take
at
a
a
look.
loss with you on that, buddy.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe somebody in the room has something.
Yeah, let's go through it, guys. Let's start here with Michael. He's giving us AMD. Let's take a look at AMD, what he has here. So AMD right now, we are again pretty much flat at the moment. Had a good day yesterday. Pre-market action is not bad, not bad for what we've been looking at lately. 280. Again, we like AMD with a whole lot more volume. But this is the day where you can watch these type of stocks that don't look great because it's just not a whole lot going on. So let's take a look at AMD. Let's take a look at next we have DKNG. DKNG. Oh, I lost you guys. Hold on. Here we go. AMD, Apple, Tesla. Let's start there first. I'm sorry, American Airlines, then Tesla. American Airlines, a bit interesting. 606 right now, and as far as volume, we do have a possible continuation, possible breakout here. They were above this area of resistance that has been prior support. But again, the travel sector has to be in place. So I'm going to put it just as a possible for now. But we are getting a lot of activity on it this morning. Well, this
You know,
second.
these were in place so much in the spring, and
Right.
then I think we got to the point of trading when they weren't as much in play. So I've made it a habit of not looking for them. But that's
Yeah.
a pretty decent chart compared to what else I'm seeing this morning.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So something's not JetBlue. JetBlue doesn't look great, but American Airlines has a decent chart. UAL also seems to have some kind of action, but American Airlines does look pretty good actually. Yeah, you know what? This could be worth moving up here. Let's keep American Airlines up there, 622,000. So we'll keep that on the top there. Let's look at Tesla, see what they're up to this morning. Tesla so far, again, everything pretty much flat, not a whole lot going on here. They do have some okay volume. I think Tesla's worth adding for now. Let's head on down to Apple. All right, Apple still got great volume, 1.2 million shares traded, although they're pretty much not doing much right now. They're pretty flat at the moment, but we can add it. They got some great volume. If we can, if the market can pick some type of direction, maybe this thing can get going one way or the other. ENPH, we have traded this one before in the past. ENPH. What do we have here? Oh, not much going on, guys. I mean, the daily, yes, we're looking at this thing ripping here over the last couple of days, but pre-market wise, right now, there's really nothing going on ENPH. So I'm going to skip on this one for now. Nvidia. What do we have on Nvidia here? Nvidia looks interesting. This is a decent pre-market action. I like the daily on Nvidia too as well. Look at the pop here. You come back, get some support, and now we're above this area of resistance, slightly over here above the previous day close, and this little bit of this 551.40. Yeah, Nvidia looks good, guys. And then you have this level here you can get to if we decide to be strong for today. Actually, Nvidia looks very well for a possible breakout towards the top there. Let's head down over to SCHW. Not much going on here, guys. Volume is very light. Pre-market doesn't look great. AMD, we looked at DKNG. This one has been it was pretty active yesterday. It was hot the day before. Even though it dropped down yesterday, gave you some good opportunities after that first pop that did not continue. Right now, pre-market action is not looking clean, guys. Pretty dry for the most part. Pretty flat. So I'm gonna stay away from this one. But this is
I
could
don't
be
trade this very often. This
yeah,
one made my day yesterday at the very
yeah.
end of the day, the last hour or so, the reversal and that squeeze on it.
Oh.
I was kind of looking for that.
Hmm.
Figure it made that nice round bottom on the 5 and then just took off after that pattern.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
figured it had a chance because it's kind of a cult stock in a way.
yeah.
But it was not easy to trade. It jumped around a lot. It retraced a lot. It chopped a lot, even in the
Hmm.
middle of moves. It was
It's not
tough.
not that clean to trade, but nice trade there, man. Yeah, you can see here rebounded real nice towards the end, right back to some of the plays where you had a bit of a high here throughout the day, right? Not the actual day, the high of the day, but over here some area resistance. So that was nice. Again, this stock guys could surprise us. I'm gonna put it at least as possible. I think there's a lot of attention, and like you said, this is a cult type stock where it can. I won't be shocked if it hits 62 today. If it runs up here. We've seen how great this thing has been over the last couple of weeks. Let's take a look at Logi. What is Logi up to this morning? Logi, not much going on, no volume, guys. So I'm gonna skip on that one. It's down 6.3, but for the most part, it's not looking great. Let's look at Levy. What do we have here as far as Levy? Same thing, guys.
Or
No
Levi.
volume here. Levi. Yes, I forgot about the jeans. Levi, nothing going on there. Here, BA again. This whole airline sector is looking
Yeah.
interesting. I think BA is something's got to be up. Maybe something we don't know here. BA is looking good too. Let's look at that one, 135, up almost 1%. So I like that as well. Let's take a look at Neo. Did we look at Neo already? Neo's starting to get some volume. I like Neo's daily. I know this is all chopping around here, but this is a great consolidation. If we're going to have a breakout, it can be a nice one. We're starting to see some of that in the pre-market right now. It's lightly getting towards this resistance area. Yeah, Neo has been great. And we'll talk about Neo in a second after the announcements. CTIC. Nope, no volume, guys. Not a great pre-market action. So we want to not skip on that one. And that is what we have. Let's take a look at what we have over on YouTube. You guys are throwing out a lot on here. Let's look at let's start with J here. J, we looked at BA, so I'm gonna go over to the next J. Well, the same J, but a different ticker, JPM. JPM right now, what do we see here? Yeah, this banking stock's looking good. We got some action here, up 1%. The volume is still very light, so I'm going to put it as a possible. But I do like what I'm seeing as far as the daily here, and the price action itself is moving up nicely. Let's see if we can get more volume. I saw other people throwing out Bank of America. Looks like, yeah, some of the banks are looking not very active, but slightly active than usual this morning. WFC, which is my favorite one, it's not looking great. But BAC, Bank of America, which does not trade all that great, and JP Morgan are looking okay. So I'm going to keep JP Morgan because Bank of America tends not to move as well. That's the rest of these. Let's look at Roku, one of our favorite stocks to watch. Really dead, but I love the daily on this as well. I mean, this stock is just
Yeah, that
it's just
daily's nice.
yeah, this looks really nice. Just finds a way to just break up for some reason. I don't know, just goes up. I like Roku, guys. I'm gonna put Roku here. Pre-market action is completely dead, but we know how that can be with Roku. BE, I'm assuming you mean BA, and we looked at BA. It looks amazing.
No, I think their
Oh
BE
no,
is
you
what they
actually
call it.
do mean BE. The
There's
daily
just no
looks
volume
great.
on it.
Yeah, it's just no value. But the daily, I see what you're looking at. Daily has a nice opportunity here. But I don't like the daily actual price action on this one. Looks very choppy, guys. Right. And for the most part, look at the volume we're getting. It's averaging probably around 5 million shares on a regular basis. That might not be enough volume to get a nice smooth free market action for the entire day. So just be cautious on this one. The price action at the open could be a little bit choppy. Neo, we have on deck CBAT. CBAT, I believe, is a low flow stock, and unless they have a really good pre-market action, we're not going to watch it. They got 5.2, but this pre-market action is really all over the place. And again, kind of like we talked about before, when once these stocks start getting pretty extended, they become
The
very difficult to
momentum comes out of
trade.
them and they're harder to trade. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the drops and the pullbacks is the problem. The pullbacks are very aggressive, not allowing you to stay in a trade, even if it ends up working out. You know, that's happened so many times where you get this pullback where you just can't hold it, and then eventually it works out, right, in your direction. So BNTX, AJM, BNTX, and AYX we looked at earlier. And again, it's just not looking all that great. I love the gap up on AYX, but overall, this stock has a pretty bad spread. It's going to get better, but I'm not sure if it's gonna get that much better. And BNTX, we've seen this one before. It is just a really hard trading stock, very crappy, very choppy. So be careful if you're gonna watch this one this morning. Had a great day yesterday, possible continuation today. Up 9.2, good volume, but just be aware of that one. LTHM, yes, we looked at this one. This is one that's been active. Had a great day yesterday after a gap up and another gap up today, 9.7. Let's look at it as a possible. I think the stock doesn't trade very well, but let's keep it on here. Let's see if it gets better, and we'll take a look at LTHM. All right, I think we got some stuff going on. The airlines are looking interesting, guys. There's a lot of movements there. We got some old ones here. Plug, Apple, Neo's got some volume. Nvidia looks great on the daily. The pre-market could be better. It looks really good on the daily here. Neo, Roku looks great on the daily as well. So we'll see. We'll fine tune this thing and see what we can get out of this. All right, let's go over to community announcements. We'll come back and chop this list up.
All right, guys. So tomorrow night, 5 p.m. special time, we've got Eamon talking about developing a trade book for becoming a consistently profitable trader in our success webinar. And then next week at the normal time, 8 p.m., Mike will be talking about fundamentals of risk management and risk controls. That'll be Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Tonight, Town Hall, Dr. Katz. Everybody loved this format last time. He's going to take a couple of traders from the community and they're going to talk through their problems kind of in a small group psychology session. That'll be at 8 p.m. and they're talking about working through overtrading. Next week, Kreda, once again, special time, 5 p.m. Tuesday night because of her time zone. She's going to be talking about busting common mind traps, how faulty thinking leads to messing up trades. And we've all done that. Guys, talk about our member trade of the week, giving away an iPhone 11 Pro each week. To get involved in that, take a screenshot of your best trade of the day, mark it up with entries, exit strategy, whatever info you can provide that shows why you took it, why you took your exits and everything else. Post that on Twitter, tag at Variable Traders, at MikeBB_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use hashtag BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. The winner for the day will be announced every day in the closing bell show. And then for the week, on the trade of the week will come from those from the previous week. Those winners each day. That'll be announced on the Monday closing bell show on Twitter and also Tuesday morning right here in the pre-market show. That winner has to do a couple of small things in order to claim their prize. You can find all that info in the forum on how to do that. If you are in YouTube and have not been in the chat, you'd like to give it a try, use the promo code PREMARKET24. That'll give you a discount off the normal price of the 7 calendar day intro membership. That's 5 trading days in the room. Also includes Monday night, 8 p.m. onboarding class that Carlos does live each week. If you are looking to either upgrade your membership or become a lifetime member, use the promo code FALL35 for 35% off.
All right, thank you, Norm. Guys, let's go over to this will be the trade of the day yesterday. Now, this goes to our one and only stock operator. So he had an amazing trade here on Snap. So great trade there, man. Good job taking that entry, a nice ad, and then look at the partials waiting, being patient, waiting for this thing to make new highs as he goes on the way up here. Now, our trade of the week for last week was on Neo, and this goes to Jesse. Just an amazing execution. Look at the entry here. And what's more impressive about this trade is the ads, right? Great entry, of course, right at the open on the 1 minute open range breakout. She takes partials here, adds at this area here, takes some more partials, and then look at the drop all the way here on 10 o'clock. Look at this ad. Look at the second and the third ad. Just amazing execution. This is store-like style here. So amazing job there. Congratulations on winning the member trade of the week. With that said, let's head over to our gappers list. Let's kind of go through this first. Tesla is very active right now, getting above that previous day close. That's good. Plug had a great day yesterday. I like the pre-market action today as well. Let's see if we can keep that momentum going. Again, a little bit extended on the daily, but let's see if this thing is going to have more juice to try to get to that 17. AMD for the most part also looking good there. Daily looks pretty nice as well. We're at right at this area of major resistance, guys, over here, here, and now yesterday here as well. Let's see if we can break out of that and head higher towards the 88, 90 area. American Airlines looking okay. I like that. Apple, although Apple has volume, to me it seems a bit choppy. It did trade very well yesterday, though. Look at this. I did not watch Apple yesterday, but it did trade very well. So I wonder if we can get some of that action today. Beautiful if we can break out of this area of resistance as well. We need the SPY's help for that to get that going. Nvidia has a great pre-market action, a beautiful daily. And Neo, all these look good. I'm having a hard time seeing what I'm going to take off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just need to get rid of one. And I think that is going to be Tesla. And the reason for that is because I don't trade Tesla very well. So I'm going to move Tesla down. That's what we'll do. Yeah, I think we have a better list than what we thought we were going to have at the start of this show. Let's look at the possibles. Tesla is really good at probably one of the top possibles on this list. If you'd like to trade Tesla, definitely keep it on your main list, okay? Roku, I like Roku just because of the daily right now. BA is interesting, and I can actually move BA up if something changes. BA does look really good this morning. DKNG, we'll have to wait for this to hit the scanners. Billy, I'm going to remove Billy. Had a big day yesterday, up 2.5 now, but not really doing a whole lot pre-market. But I do like that stock, so I'll look for that in our scanners. IOVA, this one here has the big gap down. That's what makes this one interesting. So I'll keep it on here. Let's see if we can get some kind of continued drop here, or we're going to find a level of support and reverse. The banking stocks are a little bit active. JP Morgan actually looking very decent, and LTHM. I'm going to remove this one just to make my list a little more focused on what we need to watch here. All right, and then we do have a low flow of the day here. What at least active this moment. WWR. This one is up 44% with 10 million shares traded. Had a big day yesterday. Just be very careful if you're going to decide to trade this one. All right, let's get to levels. Let's start with Plug. A great day yesterday. High of the pre-market this morning, sitting at a 1630, so we'll mark that down. And then below that, you really have the highs and lows of the last two trading days and the previous day close, pretty much taking care of you here, so you don't have to add anything more when it comes to Plug. Here's AMD. For the most part, we have this previous day close line, which is also the high from yesterday. That is a major area of resistance for this stock. So let's see if we're going to break out of this or pull away from it at all this morning. Above that, you do have your pre-market high, very close to 86.75, very close to the previous day close. Right now, you're getting a decent pre-market action, not a whole lot of volume like we're used to seeing out of AMD, but 314 is still very decent. Now, towards the top, above this pre-market high, you have an area right over here around 88.37 from this date here. This area here around 90.29 is also good. You have the wick of this one of support, and you also have, I know you have the drop here, right? Closer to that 83.37, But this is more important because we have more touches around this area, right? It comes back up, closes right on there at the 80.29. You have support on it as well. And this day is not touching it, but pretty close to that area. So I think this is more important than having a level over here at 88.30, 83. That could be a minor level if you want to add that to your list. But I want to keep these major ones just to keep it nice and clean. I think these are two areas that we can get to if they can get a little help from the SPY, obviously. 92.49, another one, and obviously very clear 94.34. Not sure if it's going to be that type of day today. Let's go over to, and for the bottom guys, highs and lows, last two trading days on there, taking care of you. Let's go to American Airlines. So American Airlines, again, the daily looks interesting here, right? Possible breakout. You do have a nice big day here, more of a pullback and then recovery. And today could be a possible continuation if we can get going here. So the pre-market high right now at 13.25. Again, you have a lot of choppiness on this daily chart. So I'm going to zoom in and try to find the best, cleanest level here where we get a lot of touches. We might be seeing something right around 13, maybe a little bit lower, 1360. That's the one. 1360, guys. Look how many wicks are touching that price target, that price level. How many days are opening and closing right on that 1360. So that could be a major level within this choppiness that we're seeing here on American Airlines. And then above that, look how the wicks are all hitting around this area, this 1410, right? Either slightly below it, slightly above it, or right on it. You're seeing that 1410 being an area of some resistance of this stock. Every time it hits that, it finds a way to slam back down to that 1360. So I want to have those two levels on there. See if today's going to be a day where we want to test any one of those two price targets there. Towards the bottom, guys, you do have your highs and lows doing a pretty good job here. This one here, especially this 1280, that's a major area of support you can see within this choppiness between 1410 and this 1410 and 1280. You're seeing a lot of ping pong action here between those two levels. You want to keep those on there. Let's go over to Apple. Apple this morning, again, it's got the volume moving sideways a bit here, but I think it got some pretty good potential if we can break out of this consolidation. This consolidation started back on 928, which has been kind of moving sideways here. And we're close to the top of this consolidation over at 116.80, 82. So if we can get a nice breakout there, it will be great. I'll be looking for a long opportunity on this one if we can get one. Towards the bottom, you have a little bit more congestion, not as clean, but the breakout here, you got some room to run if that is the case. As far as levels, I'm going to mark this one here, 117.70. I know it's close to that previous day close line, but I think this is worth having on there because it's the highest point of this consolidation where you have resistance. So if we can break out of that, we could be in for a nice little move there. 120.33 is another one, great level there, and a great level of support resistance of 124.68. Pretty good levels there. But again, we need I think we need a strong market to be able to get going into that direction. That's going to take a lot of power there. Here's Nvidia. I like the daily. We did mark down 551.40 off this day here, and a couple of days opening and closing around that area. Our pre-market high, though, is getting a lot of touches here over at around 55, 555.56. So you're getting a lot of touches there. Above that, you do have this one 560 all the way up here. And then you have obviously here and here pretty clean 573 and 588. So let's see. I don't think it will be hard to get above that 570, but for the most part, this 560 and 565 are looking pretty good if we can break out of here. Towards the bottom, you have a lot on there already, highs and lows for the last two trading days there. Let's go over to Neo. Again, Neo has a great consolidation on the daily, guys. Had a big day on 929, broke out of this level right over here. I'm going to mark this down. So once it broke out of that, created a new area of consolidation over between above 2078 the bottom and the top around 2022.27. So let's see what it does here. Highs and lows are surrounding you at this moment. Your pre-market low very close to that previous day close. So I'm not going to mark that. I think that's the most important level is going to be that previous day close. Your pre-market high right now pretty close to the pre-market to the high of yesterday, right on there. So again, I think the only level you need to mark down here is going to be this one, 22.57. The rest are done for you when it comes to Neo. Let's see if we can get a beautiful breakout. Right now, volume at 804,000. It is up 1% this morning. That is what we have, guys. We have a pretty, actually not a bad list. Not the greatest. We've seen better, but not a bad list. Let's see how this continues to develop into the market open. Let's see what our moderators have this morning. I don't see much on here for them right now. We only have, who do we have? Eamon. Eamon has Neo, Plug, SQ, Tesla, and PLL on his watch list. Peter's reporting no IPOs today, so he won't be reporting any IPOs coming out today this morning. So that's it, guys. Not a whole lot from our moderators lineup. Oh, here we come. Comes in Mike, break of high, and he's looking at BA. Did we look at BA? Yeah, BA does look good. BA has a good daily. I had it on my secondary, but you know what? Looking at BA closely, it might be one that I can actually should add to my list. Yeah, BA is looking really good as far as we do have levels for it now. I'm gonna mark the pre-market high at the moment here, 173.22. We do have 175.68 and 181.01 as well. And then towards the bottom, the highs and lows from the last two trading days. But BA does look good. I'm gonna find a way to move this up here and get rid of something else because it is a stock that's moving pretty decent this morning. All right, let's see what else we have. So on our moderators list, we also have Tiffany. She's coming in with Apple, Tesla, and Plug. Those are her main watch list. So again, you can see the watch lists today are pretty tight from everybody. It's just a couple of lists here and there. Peter has AMD, Apple, SQ, and WWR. Be careful with WWR, guys. That is a 7.5 million shares float. So careful with that one. All right, that's it, guys. We have a couple of minutes. We're done a little bit early today. So if anybody has any questions, concerns that they want us to get into, we can do that. Or does anybody have any other stock that they want us to look into? We have about 4 minutes. We looked at IOVA, and actually it doesn't look all that great, to be honest. I love the drop of 22%. That is sexy. That is interesting. You want to be involved with something that's dropping that much. But just the pre-market action at the open, you might see a lot of chop on this one. So I think, it's worth, I have it as a possible, it's worth keeping an eye on it, but I'm not going to have it take up space with everything else I have here that's looking pretty good this morning. Baba on the daily, let's take a look. Yeah, the daily does look interesting. A little bit of a consolidation here. I would have loved for this price action to be towards the top or the bottom of the consolidation. Right now we're at the middle. So again, you have a lot of things to go through before it can become really interesting. But if we were sitting here towards the top of it or even towards the bottom, right, that could become a whole lot better. But again, right now pre-market is not giving you anything else that you can go buy on this morning. All right, how about HD? Let's take a look at HD. No action on HD. And HD, it's a very tough stock to trade unless there's news or some kind of action on it. So again, just be careful on that one. LTHM we looked at earlier, guys. Again, this one I had it on my list. I took it off. I'm just not a fan of the way this one trades, so I'm not gonna have it on my list. I had a big couple of 2 days already. Could get a good continuation today, but I just don't like the way this one trades. What else do we have? PPSI, which was that one? PPSI. Okay, PPSI very active, 16 million. What is the float on this PPSI? I'm assuming it's a low flow stock sitting at 3 million shares flow. Yeah, so this actually could be a very decent very decent for a low flow stock. I bet that Brian is gonna have this one on his list. PPSI. This is a Brian type stock, right? This is a Brian type stock where he will find some way to add a
I traded it
curveball.
this morning.
What
Don't
was
judge
that?
me. I traded it this morning. Don't
You
judge me.
you traded this morning? Norm,
Yeah.
my man. This is, Norm, you start to trade a lot in the pre-market. And see, now we know what Norm does when he turns off his camera. He goes out there and starts making money, which is amazing. And then he trades these things that he usually doesn't touch. Good job, man. Um, so
Oh
yeah,
no, this was way before I turned off my camera.
oh, this was live. Very nice.
This was it was before we went on the pre-market show, man.
Oh, wow. All right, nice. I am getting AP. See, you're starting to find a new niche here with low flow stocks, man.
You know how Brian says just for fun?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same thing with me, man. I literally, it's so small that if it went to zero immediately, I wouldn't think twice about it.
Right. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it for sure. Um, IPOC taking a big hit here. What's the issue with this one? 13 down 13%. We do have shares for sure. For sure. What's the flow? I don't got the flow on trade ideas, so be careful with this one. Again, down pretty nice this morning. Good pre-market action so far. All right, guys, we have a pretty gonna share this here. This is good. How do I open this up? Open with photos. So this is what our we have here for Norm, the king of the low float. And
When I mentioned that I traded one of these like a week ago, I took one single trade on one of them, and one of the members made this Hamza, which is he's a
love it.
meme god.
That is
So
good. That's gonna
anyway,
go on the files of the pre-market show here so we can pull it up. Yep, we're saving that. Nice, man.
oh god,
Guys, have an amazing trading day. Our watch list today, again, our moderators so far. That's our list there. Everybody has a pretty tight list. Be careful today, this morning. Again, things were a little bit choppy yesterday, and we did see that. It's a lot of choppiness in a lot of the stocks we had. So your job today is just be patient and wait for that setup. Understanding what type of market you are in. Currently, you might be in a market where things just don't trade all that well until things start to get moving again. So just be careful. We do have earnings season coming up. So if you can get great moves now, we will get them later on. So take care, guys. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow, 8:30.
take care, guys. Trade safe.